Hello guys, so today we are here to solve our daily LeetCode challenge for the day. This is a very interesting problem with a very interesting solution. So though this problem is regarded as being medium, but once you gain the insight to this problem, once you gain the insight to this problem, you'll definitely say that this is an easy problem. And I'm going to demonstrate that, right now. So how to understand this problem? Okay, to understand this problem, we'll go through the problem statement. Okay, and the problem statement is that minimum add to make parenthesis valid. So in this we are given a parenthesis string. Okay, so this string is a parenthesis string. It means that that string contains only opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis. So this is an opening parenthesis and then this is a closing parenthesis. Okay, this is a closing parenthesis. So this string only consists of opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis. The parenthesis string is valid if and only if it is the empty string. A parenthesis string is valid if and only if it is the empty string. Okay, so it can be written as a concatenated with b. Okay, a concatenated with b, and where in this case a and b both are valid strings. It can be written as opening parenthesis, then in after this opening parenthesis there is this a and then closing parenthesis. So this a is also a valid string, and since it is nested in between valid string combination, so this whole thing is a valid string combination. So these are the ways of defining this valid string, and you see that this is being defined as recursively. So this also we can use this to solve this problem, but right now we are going to solve this problem in an iterative way. And to solve it in an iterative way, what we are going to do, that we will go through the problem, and this problem is in this problem what we will do, that we will go through the solution first. So this solution is like this. So we are given a function which returns an int, and this int will be the total number of additions that we need to make, and we need to return the minimum, because maximum could be anything, it could be infinity, but we need to return as soon as the string becomes valid, we need to return that count. So how are we going to do that? To do that, what we are going to do, first of all, that we are going to create a char array, and this char array is SARR is equal to s dot to char array, like this. Okay, and then we are going to take one open is the minimum number of additions. So open is minimum open parenthesis needed to be added. So it is capturing that count, minimum open parenthesis needed to be added. And then there is this closed, so this is also initialized with value 0, and this is going to capture the minimum closed parenthesis needed to be added. Okay, minimum parenthesis needed to be added, like this. And then we will go through this character array, and this character array consists of a string, so we'll be employing this for each loop. And for each loop, inside this for each loop, the c could be either be c is equal to opening parenthesis. It could either be opening parenthesis or closing parenthesis, correct? Like this is okay. So this is the opening parenthesis, and if this is the case, then we are going to increment the open value. Why we are going to increment the open value? Because if you are encountering this opening parenthesis, then we are incrementing this open count in anticipation that later on we will be encountering the closed parenthesis, and that closed parenthesis will be decrementing this open count. Fine. So as soon as we are encountering this open parenthesis, we are going to increment the open count. Else part is when we don't encounter the opening parenthesis. If you don't encounter the opening parenthesis, we are going to encounter the closed parenthesis, because the string only consists of opening and closing parenthesis. No, there is no other character. So in this case, if open is less than equal to 0, okay, if open is less than equal to 0, then we are going to increment this closed, okay, and otherwise else we will be going to decrement this open. So else is like the open count is more than 0, then we need to decrement it. That will be balancing it out, okay. So this is going to be balance it out, and right now what we will do, return open plus okay. So with this we are done with this solution. We will try to run this solution. Perfect. We'll submit this. Perfect. So this is beating all other solutions. So how to understand this solution? See, we are incrementing this open count all the time. Why we are incrementing this open count? Because if we are encountering an open parenthesis, then later on we can encounter a closed parenthesis, and when we encounter the closed parenthesis and if the open count is more than 0, then in that case we can decrement the open count, okay. And that's what we are doing in this 12th line, okay. 12th line is like if open count is more than 0, then we are decrementing the open count, because a matching closed parenthesis has been found and that open count is not an imbalance. But if open count is less than equal to 0, okay, so it could not be less than equal to 0, it can only be equal to 0, okay. Let's run this as well. Perfect. Perfect. Why it could only be equal to 0? Why it could only be equal to 0, I mean to say, it could be, as soon as it is greater than 0, only in those cases we are decrementing it. But as soon as it becomes 0, we are incrementing the closed count, because this closed needs to be balanced. And the final answer will be total count of open plus closed, okay. So this less than equal to 0 is not needed, okay. As soon as it is it is equal to 0, we can increment the closed count. Otherwise we will be decrementing this open count, because the matching closed parenthesis to an earlier found opening parenthesis is under consideration at the current position. The C value is the matching closed parenthesis, so we are decrementing this open count. And this is the way we need to solve this problem. I hope this is clear. Let me know if there is any doubt. I'll definitely try to clarify those doubts. Please put your doubts in the comments and happily I'll answer them. Thanks a lot.